All right, hello class. So for your Arduino units, or should I say the hardware unit of this class, you guys are going to be learning and of course and introduced also to Arduino and building circuits. Now, first you guys will play with a simulation and get your to a degree your hands-on practice with Arduino, first using a simulation online, and then later on, after you guys are done completing these 8 projects, you will move on to actually implementing and replicate them in actually real life. You will each be given an Arduino kit, or you might actually be put in groups, and within those groups you will get to practice. Now, you will most likely have something that looks like this that I will put in your team's assignments. It says you will complete the following tutorials on Tinkercad. You complete the below project on Tinkercad circuits, and I'll explain that. You can complete the following tutorials in any order. Once you're joined to my Tinkercad class, and make sure you're joined to my Tinkercad class, I should be able to view your projects and grade them. All right, so look out for an assignment for that. So the very first one we're going to do is the Blink LED. All right, now you have to hold Control and then Shift to be able to click on the link. Now, so yes, skip verification. All right, so it opened on another screen. So let's try this. All right, so I'm going to go here. So as you can see, I already have Tinkercad open. Now, um, so for each of the 8 projects, you're going to be doing Blink LED, and as I view them in my Word document, the different ones. But look at this one right here. So it tells you the parts that you're going to need. You're going to need an LED. At this point, you guys should know what an LED is. The resistor, this is a 330 ohm resistor, and then you're going to need some jumper wires. And it tells you, you can read more about the LED, the resistors, and Ohm's law, which is V equals to IR. Voltage equals to what? Current times resistance. Um, and let's see, moving down over here. Now, the LED, the shorter leg is the minus or negative, and then the longer leg is the positive. Of, of course, the resistors, even though it's not going to be necessary in this simulation, you can bend it when you actually when you get to your the practical hands-on Arduino circuit building. You should be able to bend them just as it looks over here. So this is what we're going to be making over here. All right. You can click on it to zoom in. So we're going to need, again, we're going to need our breadboard. We're going to need our Arduino. This is a red board, but it's the same thing as the Arduino Uno. And then we're going to need our jumper wires. We're going to need our resistor and then our LED. All right. So now on your Tinkercad website, you are going to go to Create and Circuits, and once you're brought to this page, as you have the search bar over here, whatever you're looking for, you can type it in. So for example, LED, as you can see, I have my LEDs over there, and you can type in whatever to find whatever part you're looking for, but I could easily see them here. So we have our Arduino board. As you can see, this one is blue. That's fine. And once you click on your item, the part, you can hit press R on your keyboard to rotate it. All right, I like to rotate mine to look in, like this. You could also use this right here to rotate it, this icon over here to rotate it. The next, we're going to need our breadboard. I'm going to rotate that also. We're going to need our LED and our resistor. Now once you click on the parts, as you can see, this gives you the opportunity to change the name. The same for the board. The LED, it gives you an extra option, either red, blue, yellow, whatever color you want. And then the resistor, it gives you the resistance. If you guys remember, we talked about the ohm. So ohm, you want this Greek symbol right here. And it's going to be 330 ohm, as it said at the very top when we're looking at the parts list. All right, next we have GND. All right, and then we have 13. So we're going to be using pin number 13, pinhole number 13, and we're going to be using GND. GND means ground. All right. These over here, these pins over here are our digital pins. We have analog pins over here, and we have our power section over here. That's 3.35 GND, etc. All right. Now GND, when it comes to GND, there are like 3 different pinholes for GND. Here's 1, 2, and then there's a third one right here. It doesn't matter which one you use, they're all the same. All right. So I'm going to do mine a little bit different, just for understanding's sake. So I know I need my GND, so I'm going to click on it, and once you click on it, it creates a jump wire, and then I'm going to click again. So I want to bend it now. So I'm just going to click again right here and see it. I can bend it. Click here, bend, and then I'm just going to connect it right here. And if you want to change the color of your wire, you can change it to all these colors. So I'm going to change mine to black. All right. And then we used pin number 13. Pin number 13, I'm going to connect it to, as you can see, this lights up. I can connect it to the top over here, doesn't really matter. So I'll just connect it over here for convenience sake. All right, and then I'm going to say that's red. Okay, now let's see how this, so as you can see, the LED, there's a minus there, and then there's a positive there. So the bent part is the positive. If I'm not sure, all I have to do is just hover over the points, as you can see. If I hover over here, it says cathode. Cathode would be the negative, and then anode would be the positive. All right, so now let's go back, and as we can see, the minus goes to the GND, and then the pin number 13 goes to the resistor, and then finally pin number 13. All right, so let's see. Oh, so I'm going to rotate this also, and I'm going to put it anywhere over here. It doesn't really matter where. I could put it up here. We did talk about the breadboard and how the breadboard works, the metal behind it. All right, so here it's the same thing. As you can see, it's connected here, but it's the same thing. So I'm going to connect, and here's our cathode, right? So I'm going to connect a wire from here to here. And again, it's the same thing over here. As you can see, it lights up. So it doesn't matter if I put it here, here, or here, it's connected to it. And to maintain consistency, I'm going to change this also to black right here. All right. And then if we remember, the positive has the resistor. So let me zoom out and rotate this also. Zoom in. If you have a mouse, it's best if you have a mouse. And that's our positive. See, 1 pin over here. Now it doesn't really matter, even though it says terminal 1, terminal 2, it does not matter which side. I could flip it this way, right? It doesn't really matter. All right, so one pin is going to go to the positive, and then another pin goes over here, and again, it doesn't matter where I put it, because, and actually it's not going to reach here because it's not that long, but it's connected to here. All right, so I believe our connection is done. So let's look at this again. GND goes all the way from here to here, and then of course it affects everything vertically here. And that goes through this point right here, this black wire right here, and then it goes to the negative, which is the cathode. And then you have the anode. The anode goes through here, through the resistor, and then to here. And again, it's the same thing. So therefore, it's connected to this pin number 13. So here we have a complete circuit. All right, now let me go back over here. And if I scroll down now for all your projects, if whenever you scroll down, you're going to see a part where there's the code. As you can see over here, just copy the code. So as you can see, copy. Just click on copy. Don't try to highlight it, because what students do sometimes is that they highlight, and maybe they highlight everything. Let's give an example. They highlight everything, maybe this, but they forget this part. And when they paste it, they're having issues. So just click copy, copy code, make sure it says copied. We're gonna go back over here, and we're gonna click code over here. And this is blocks. but that's not what we're doing or going to be using. So just click the drop down menu, go to text, continue, and we actually do have an LED blink program in there, but that doesn't matter. It's going to work, but we're just going to delete it. And as you can see, this is C++ code, all right? So we're going to delete everything. Before I actually do that, you can also, instead of doing this, because also even with this one, some students will delete everything, but maybe leave that over there. Even though it's a comment, that wouldn't be a problem. But imagine if you did something like this, right? You deleted that and then you pasted in your code and then you realize your code is not working. That is because you didn't delete everything. So instead, I would say hold Control and press A, and that selects everything. Again, Control A selects everything and then delete. And then you can either right click and then paste, or Control V to paste everything. All right, so that's done, and we're going to hit start simulation, and there we go. As you can see, it's blinking. Now if yours is not blinking, or if it's not turning on, there's a problem. It has to turn on and it has to blink. If it doesn't turn on, there's a problem. If it doesn't blink, there's a problem. Why? If we look at the code, it tells you here, digital write pin number 13, high meaning turn on, and a delay of 2 milliseconds, or should I say 2 seconds, sorry, 2 seconds. So it turns on for 2 seconds, so 2 seconds, and then it low means it turns off for what? 2 seconds. So you have that basic, and it's in a void loop, meaning it's going to continue doing this forever. Now, tell me, what do you think would happen if I change the values over here? 2000 to maybe a higher number, right? Just let me know what you think. All right, so that is basically the whole project for the very first one. And I think this kind of sets the groundwork for the next projects that you guys are going to be doing. I will provide other video links for the others. All right, take care.